So did you guys see Karen and Ken in St. Louis on the news? That wealthy couple who drew their firearms on protesters in St. Louis. I'll leave the video down below. I'm sure you've seen it today. It's all over. But just why? There's speculations that people were trying to break in. There's stories floating around that the gate was already broken to their mansion. And people shouldn't be going across there if it is private property or whatever. I get that. But they're saying they broke in and they stormed the gates and just all these crazy scenarios that likely didn't happen. And anyways, these two homeowners come out brandishing. One came out with a machine gun. It looked like an AK or, I don't know, gun. So it looked like an assault rifle. And then the woman had this little snub-nosed pistol. And she's waving it around at protesters. He's pointing, yelling at protesters. And I'm just like, dude. Okay, this couple is very wealthy. Very wealthy. Okay. That's an important part of the story. If you're somebody who is very wealthy and you have some property being damaged, wouldn't you just call the cops like you usually do and not bust out the AK-47? Chances are you got insurance. Chances are you're not going to miss whatever property is being stolen or vandalized, or it can be easily replaced or whatever, okay? Do you really need to bring machine guns into this? This is just absurd. And it's okay, I live in an absurd country. I live in the United States of America, where absurdity is, it's our first language here. Look who's president. But it's like, nobody who's this wealthy should care about potential stolen property, about minor property damage, when you have so much money. It's just ridiculous. It's a ridiculous notion. I know there's this what's mine is mine mentality, but when you're that wealthy, you can't lose that mentality at all. You can't. You really can't drop it. You have to go out there, wave your guns around at random people. I mean, it was like 500 people waving the gun in the crowd. It's just like, I just can't get over it. It's so ridiculous. Nobody is worth dying for a piece of property that you can easily replace and that you likely have insured, okay? Get it? And they're saying their lives were in danger. There's no proof. There's no proof of that. That's literally just their word, okay? And it's like there's a mob of people protesting down the street to get they were marching to the St. Louis mayor's office to get them to resign. That was the whole point of those people. They were passing through this neighborhood, and it was a lot of people. And there are a lot of black people too. Okay, so white people just being scared in general of black people, let alone multitudes of them, hyper-reactionary response. Okay, it's not valid. It's just, I'm just being clinical. That's just what they do. So, but and the guy's a lawyer too, which I just think is just funny. It's just ironic that he would just put himself on the line like that because somebody might have broken a gate. Okay? And once again, a broken piece of property is not worth killing anyone over when you have the money and the insurance. That's the whole point of this video. Like I said, they live in a McMansion. They're very wealthy people. Property it's not even a dent in their bank account. But they're going to come out brandishing machine guns and pointing them at random people because of it. I understand being upset if someone's screwing with your property. But when you're people like that, to me it makes no sense. No sense at all. Anyways, let me know what you think of this. Like I said, I'll leave the video down below if you haven't seen it yet.